How to escape corporate life. Ever wondered what it'd be like to break the shackles of a corporate structure? You feel like you're on this treadmill you can't get off? Guess what? I've got the stop button. The 9-to-5 grind and how to get away from it. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. If you found yourself driving to work, dropping the kids off, stuck in traffic, and you want out, in this video, we're going to show you exactly how to do this. There is a rainbow at the end of this. And let me tell you something, there's a pot of gold. And we're going to show you exactly how to get away from what you thought was going to get you there to what really is. And in this video, how to become an entrepreneur, how to do it in your spare time in less than 1 year. So it's time to unlock the door and get out of that cubicle. Now, in order to get out of the cubicle, you're going to be locked. You're never going to get out of corporate life unless you hit the like button, put a comment, or subscribe. There's a little known fact that if you don't do any of those things, you're stuck forever and ever and ever. Not really. Okay, so let's talk about this. So the first step to getting out of corporate life is realizing that's what you want to do. And stop toying around with it. Stop like touching on the side and I'm going to look at a video when nobody's watching and doing all that stuff. Just make that decision. I know this is going to sound really weird, but it's the truth. Okay, I don't know whether you believe in God, the universe, all of that good stuff, but the universe wants you to be successful, but they just don't know what you want. So if you're sitting around the sidelines, they're like, I think he's going to go over here. No, he's not going to do that. Oh, he's doing that. Oh, he's back in the car. He's driving to work again. Oh, she's dropping the kids at daycare. She's going to that second job. They don't know what you want. So if you don't know what you want, how can anybody help you? And I truly believe this. The people that are going to help you be successful are already going to be showing up in your life. You just got to learn to open your eyes. And the first thing to do is you've got to establish that this is what you want to do. And this is the simplest, but the step that's always avoided. So you've got to say, I want to do something different. I'm going to do this. So you start off with that. You have to make that declaration. Put both feet down and say, I want to get away from my corporate structure. I want to get away from my corporate life. And I'm going to use a friend of mine. We'll call him John. And this is somebody I've known for about 1.5 years. And when I first met him, he knew what I did. He would talk to me on the side. This is a community program that we were doing together. He knew I did these videos. He knew I was involved in tax liens. We went out to lunch a couple of times. And finally, I just said, you know what, John? You haven't decided you're going to leave this corporate job that he had for 25 years. So you understand you're not alone. Literally, probably over 90% of my new students are unhappy with what they're doing, and they need a second act, if you will. You're not alone. So don't feel like you're the only one out there trying to do this. You're with a very big group. But the challenge I see is you guys are pretending like you're not wanting to do this. So the first thing you have to do is kind of plant your feet down and say, I'm going to stop doing this. So you got to come up with an exit strategy, so to speak, at this particular time, even though you don't know what it is. So I had a great mentor of mine. He one time said, Sean, you have a tendency just to do a bunch of deals. He says, I want you to set your target on the side of the wall because what you're doing right now is you shoot at the side of the barn and you paint a circle around and go, I hit my target. So what's your target? What do you need to do in order to leave your corporate job? Exactly, precisely, what do you need to make that happen? We got to start there. So this is like a PERT chart. Engineers, they put the man on the moon, the nuclear submarines, the Titan submarines, we're all done with PERT charts. What a PERT chart is you start with the end in mind. So let's say that I want to make, say, $150,000. I want to do $150,000. So what in the world is going to make $150,000? So let's just say you were going to do a franchise. I'm just going to make that because that's really easy. If you were going to do a franchise and you just went to a franchise convention, because they have those, and you just said, ooh, that's a really cool franchise, you got all into it and you found out you only make $80,000 a year, well, again, I want to know how much money do you need to make to leave this? And the beautiful thing is once you determine what that is, everything else that's garbage goes away. You stop seeing it. Okay, this is what I call the Red Mustang Theory. Think about this for a minute. There's an actual term, and I don't know the medical term or the scientific term, that if, let's say that you wanted to buy a red Mustang and you went down to the dealership and you said, I want to buy a red Mustang convertible with a white stripe and red in color and leather and blah, blah. And they said, okay, that's a specialty car, we're gonna have to make it for you. Now, I've had trucks made for me in the past, and it's like a 3-hour process of filling out page after page. Literally, they wanna know everything. It's kind of laborious, but it's cool. The thing is everybody knows exactly what I want. Okay, my truck at that, I think the last one I did was like a silver truck. So what do you see after you fill out all that information on that red Mustang? They said, okay, give me $5,000 and you'll see it's gonna take us 3 months. What will you see driving all over town? Red Mustangs. It's not because God's saying, oh, we want to let you know that you got to buy the red. You know you're going to get it. It's because your subconscious starts picking things up that are already going to be in there. It's in your peripheral. So once you get determined and you say, I want to become an entrepreneur, I want to do my own thing, I'm going to spend the time. Now the next step is to figure out exactly what it is that you want to do. You could look at short sales. You could look at fix and flips. You could look at tax liens and tax deeds. Something's attracted you to this video, so you're already making that. So you got to kind of put your flag in the ground and establish, this is what I'm going to do. And the people will start helping you. And I don't know who those people are, but we haven't met them yet. Okay, it's that red Mustang that will happen. So that's the most important thing that you've got to do. You've got to establish that. Now, number 2 is we need to establish a timeline. This is crucial. So what am I going to do? Because otherwise, it's just going to go by. I'm doing this whole thing. Every single year, I plan on special events. What I'm going to be doing with my daughter. This morning, I woke up. I surf. A lot of you know that, so I love surfing. And I love going surfing with my son, but he doesn't make enough money yet to buy his own wetsuit, so he's always using my wetsuits that don't fit him quite right, and he's complaining about this ice water going down the back of his neck and all this other stuff. And I found this wetsuit online. It was like $190, a 4.3 mil on that, boom, boom, ordered it. I make that happen because I know that I'm not gonna be able to surf with him unless I have that happen. So Manuel, if you're watching this, you got a wetsuit coming. But anyways, the point is, as we're planning those particular trips, it's the same. Plan your things. Find out. So if I've got my whole year laid out and I want to become an entrepreneur, find those conferences that entrepreneur and I picked real estate. Find those conferences that are in real estate. Come to one of my conferences or come to anybody's. I don't care what you do. You find that one that you want to do and start pursuing that. And you know what? It's okay. If you get 3 months into this and you go, this kind of like sucks. I don't like the people in it. I don't like that. Because you're joining a tribe. I remember years ago, I love Harleys. And somebody says, why don't you get a Harley? I said, because I don't want to be a Harley guy. They're like, what do you mean? I go, I don't want to be that Harley guy. And they're like, what is that guy? I go, that is who I want to be. No offense to anybody Harley out there, but I don't need to have fake leather chaps and all that other good stuff. And so I wasn't interested in doing that. Now I'm also interested, I know a surfer a mile away. I go surfing. I go out there. I was just out at Stinson Beach the other day with my daughter. We're watching it. I'm talking to the guys out there as they're going out. What are you guys looking for here? What's going on? Oh, were you out here last week? I like that tribe. So if you get 3 months into it and you go, I don't like who these people are. This is not what I thought it was. It's okay. That's okay. Then switch. Be really quick to switch to something. Say, no, I don't want to do that. But also drop that and go into something else. It's okay. You could have 3 or 4 switches even in 1 year and you're still going to hit your goal. But if you don't like it and you're just doing it for the money, it ain't going to work. I'm just telling you that. Okay. I love real estate. I love teaching people real estate. I love doing this. By the way, the only way I do more of these if you like it and comment and all that other good stuff. But this is fun to me. Okay. So I love doing it. So you've got to find something that you love. So first off, we got to decide that we're going to do it. We got to make and establish this is what I'm going to do. You've got to pick what you're going to be doing, okay, on that. And this is how you start to create that lifestyle, that home-based business, if you will. Now, here is the difficult part of this whole thing is you're probably in a corporate structure. You're probably there. You've probably been showing up a particular way. And as you establish this, people are going to notice some changes. I'm just telling you right now, be aware of that. So once you go on this trajectory, be careful. You're going to be successful. It's going to happen. Okay. But if you just try to dip your foot in the pool and try to figure it out that way, it literally will never happen. You can watch 1 million of these videos. Until you actually take action, nothing's going to happen. And you know what the best way to take action is? I've got a brand new course. and it's for free. It'll show you exactly how to leave those shackles of the corporate world behind and make it happen for you as soon as possible. Listen to me. If all this did for you was show you how to quit your job and make 90% of what you were making right now and work half the time, would it be worth your time? 100%. Click that link and we'll see you on the other side. This is Saen Higgins saying God bless and good luck.